Welcome, MechWarrior. You're accessing beginner-level training manuals for the Wolverine WVR-6R provided by Ronin Fox Armored Security. I'll be your instructor, Fox. This tactical debriefing will cover the specifications, strengths and weaknesses of the Wolverine 6R, as well as how to refit and operate your own in the field. Because this is the beginner level, some restrictions will apply, including no lost tech, no upgrades, Tier 1 equipment only, no mods, DLC will be allowed. Let us begin. Kalon Industries Wolverine WVR-6R. Weight class, medium. Role, Skirmisher. Availability, very common. Threat level, moderate. Description. The Wolverine is a very old mech that came to be during the Terran Hegemony, predating the Star League. It was the direct competitor of the Shadow Hawk and Griffin. The intent of the Wolverine was to serve as a heavy-duty scout that would be deployed to dangerous areas that light mechs would not survive. However, mech warriors found that the Wolverine could perform a wide variety of roles, including that of a successful scout. This success led to its mass production, where it's become a very common sight hundreds of years later. Some of its quirks included a ball-turreted medium laser on the head that theoretically provided a 360-degree firing angle. However, the later addition of an SRM launcher would block the laser's line of sight and require a new fire interrupt circuit to be added. It was also one of the heaviest mechs in its time to have jump jets, and unfortunately, they were a bit underpowered and had to be fired at their maximum strength to lift the Wolverine, which would result in frequent damage to the thrusters. Overall, the Wolverine succeeded across the board as a mech and was popular across the great houses of the Inner Sphere. However, it would be Merrick that would come to own the largest quantity of Wolverines. Today, those searching for a Wolverine will most likely find them amongst houses Kurita, Liao, and Merrick. Specifications. Maximum weight, 55 tons. Minimum weight, 27 tons. This means 28 tons are available for total customization. Stock armor is 304 units, which is 9.5 tons of standard armor. Maximum possible armor is 382 units, which is 11.93 tons of armor. This could be seen as well armored for a medium mech. Stock weaponry includes one AC-5 burst fire right arm with 1 ton of AC-5 ammo, which is 80 rounds, also right arm. One SRM-6 left torso with 1 ton of SRM ammo, which is 320 missiles or 53.3 volleys, left torso. One medium laser head. 2 medium hand actuators, melee weapons rated at 15 damage, left and right arm. 5 Class 4 jump jets, 2 in the right leg, 2 in the left leg, 1 in the center torso, and 2 additional heat sinks. Strengths and weaknesses. The Wolverine is a skirmisher. These are well-balanced mechs designed to fit any role on the battlefield, even if it includes changing roles mid-operation. Within this role, it performs fairly well. These are its strengths. Quick and armored. The Wolverine is both difficult to hit and can survive many successful hits on it. Full hand actuators. The fists of the Wolverine hit hard and can be heavily upgraded. Flexible weaponry. The AC-5 is usable at all ranges, and when joined by the SRM-6 is a significant threat in close combat. The Wolverine does have weaknesses, however. Low ammo. The stock configuration of the 6R will quickly run out of ammo, even on shorter missions. Rigid hardpoints. There is little room for alternative customizations on the Wolverine. Recustomization. Ronin Fox Armored Security recommends the following Wolverine 6R build for the beginner mech warrior. It will focus on resolving its ammunition issues without compromising firepower. Starting with a stripped mech, add 1 AC-5 rapid fire with 4 tons of AC-5 ammo, which is 320 rounds. Add 1 SRM-6 with 1 ton of SRM ammo, which is 320 missiles or 53.3 volleys. Max the mech's armor and add 1 small laser short burst, which will take the mech over its tonnage limit. Bring it into compliance by tuning its armor. Set all rear armor to 10 units and move the rest to the forward armor. Then set the head to 24 armor and both of the legs to 48 each. Now armed with a dangerous rapid-fire AC-5, this fully armored model is simultaneously deadlier at long and short ranges with plenty of ammo and even heavier armor than before. BattleRom Debriefing. Now that the Wolverine has been refitted, it's time to see how to operate it in the field. These will be the mission conditions. Mission type, battlefield. Difficulty, 34. Drop weight, 200 tons. Allies include 1 Wolverine 6R, 1 Crab CRB-20, and 1 Raven RVN-1X, all allies in stock configuration. Pilot skill, regular. If you own a BattlePod training simulator, check Document 1 in the description of this video for an instant action code allowing you to recreate this exact battle for training purposes. Welcome to Gunthar, MechWarrior. It is 3030 and news for the Capellan Confederation worsens as what would become known as the Endurian Crisis erupts. Allying themselves with the Magistry of Canopus, they launch a two-pronged attack into Capellan space. You'll be seeing the perspective of Zenko 1 leading his lance on a search and destroy mission to scout for elements of the 3rd Canopian Fusiliers invading Gunthar. Zenko's recon probe begins with the detection of several Canopian vehicles mired in the swamp. Although dispatched easily, their call for reinforcements does not go unanswered. A Leopard hot drops a surprisingly tough lance of 2 hunchbacks and a charger. It gives Zenko 1 pause as he moves to create distance between them. Zenko 1 begins the skirmish, showering the more dangerous Hunchback 4H with the AC-5. The Hunchback's response pushes Zenko into cover, not wanting to be the focus of their entire lance. As the Canopians shift their targeting priorities, Zenko 1 rejoins the fight as Zenko 4 begins jamming the mechs with his Raven's ECM. Targeting the Hunchback's valuable side torso, the 4H is crippled and Zenko 1 moves his attention onto the 4G model. A point-blank flanking maneuver devastates the Hunchback's armor. It turns, realizing the threat only to suffer a complete blowout, reducing its firepower to a mere small laser. The Charger had now become the biggest threat, but heat had finally crept up on Zenko's Wolverine. To compensate, Zenko 1 closes to short range to ensure a devastating volley of SRMs crashes through the Charger's exposed armor, leaving only the crippled Hunchback remaining. Satisfied with the damage report, Zenko 1 orders the recon probe to continue, finding more Canopian vehicles struggling in the mud. Their destruction, prophetically, brought in another quick response team, this time a commando with another Hunchback and several attack gunships overhead. With the gunships dealt with, Zenko 1 positions the lance to engage at a distance, leveraging their range advantage on the commando, who now charges through massed gunfire. Its brief assault is stiff-armed, and the Hunchback becomes the priority, which was nearly in range of its deadly medium lasers. Cannon shells rain down upon the Hunchback's side torso, blasting the armor apart, but not before its lasers sear through Zenko 2's armor. Fortunately, the well-armored Wolverine weathers the punishment. The Hunchback is pounded apart before its lasers can recycle, saving Zenko 2. With the recon probe complete, Zenko Lance returns with no component losses. The flexible options of the Wolverine allowed it to fight up close or at a distance depending on the battlefield's needs. This concludes the tactical debriefing for the Wolverine WVR-6R. You now have a further understanding of the mech's specifications, strengths and weaknesses, as well as how to refit and operate your own in the field. Thank you for choosing Ronin Fox Armored Security for all your training needs. And that's the skibadeal for the Wolverine. Hope you enjoyed it, Mech Warriors, but as is tradition, my verdict on the Wolverine, this time out of character. Now, I think this mech is aight, but boring. Why? You can't change much on it, for real. I tried some weird stuff on it too, like an AC-2 rapid fire with 2 arena fists. You just can't do a lot with it. That doesn't mean it's mid, though. It's a perfectly competent mech, though the method is definitely with the models that can use a PPCX. So yes, I'd say it's definitely worth it to get a Wolverine, especially in the early game as you're upgrading from light mechs into medium mechs, but be on the lookout for the superior 6K models. Anyways, heavy mech next. And don't forget to show the Fox some love, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment down below. It does help, you know. Thanks for being real, though, Mech Warriors, but it's time for Commander Fox to get up out of here. So deuces, everyone, and remember that you don't have to be good to get good.